Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Timeless Sunset Tarot. Now, this is a general reading and it is open to all zodiac signs. It is also timeless, so anytime you find yourself watching this video, there might be a message here for you. Now, let's try to see what is the main energy at the end of the day. Okay, we have here the Five of Swords. In the classical Rider-Waite tarot, when you see the Five of Swords, it's a the scene that is being presented is that of one person winning and two people losing. The interesting about this card deck is that what are shown are the two people who lost, and there is no picture of the person who won. When you look at it, the first person is the second one that is nearer the winner in the classical Rider-Waite. Here, the person is just asking, what happened? Why did things did not turn out the way I wanted them to be? So this is the second person. The person in the distance is the person who was in despair in the classical Rider-Waite. Here, the person felt very helpless, and as if the person is free falling from the sky, as if he just was thrown out of a plane. I don't know if he has a parachute or not. Okay. But right now he feels so helpless, as if he's just completely falling down from the sky, and he's no longer in control of the situation. But when you look at it, the crows are very active. One crow is whispering to this person who is asking certain questions. Maybe, why did I lose? Why did I not succeed? Okay, so the beautiful thing about her is this energy of this person, but you can have both energies right now. That person who is feeling very helpless at this time now, or you can also be wondering at the same time. So for some of you, you might have this feeling of as if everything is already beyond your control and you are just falling, completely falling. You might have a similar sensation at this time with regards to the situation that you might be in. So you might be in a situation wherein you were hoping for something, but for one reason or another, you did not succeed. And for some of you, you felt very helpless, just like this person who is free falling from the sky. But the beautiful thing about the card is that the card is telling us the universe is active right now, symbolized by the crows that are flying about. They are doing something with regards to the situation. So if right now you feel helpless at this moment, have faith. Things will turn out just fine. Even if you feel helpless, as if you are free falling, this is the best moment for you to learn how to have faith and how to trust. There are moments in our life's journey wherein control of the situation is completely taken away from us, just like this person who is free falling. The reason is that we need to develop that faith and that awareness that we don't have to handle everything alone. Because oftentimes we are so much in control of our life that we are no longer happy, we are already stressed out because we want to be in control of everything. Sometimes the universe shatters that control in order for us to let go and learn to relax a little bit more and to rely a little bit more coming from the universe. It's as if the universe is tapping our shoulder and telling us, hey, you don't have to handle these things alone. Trust us, things will turn out to be just fine. So, if you are in that energy of free falling, what do? I think the first thing that we need to do is to just let go and let God. Let go and let the Spirit. Be honest enough to say, it's already beyond my control, Lord. I did everything that I can do. but things are still falling apart. I entrust everything to you. Please take care of everything for me. So here, there is a need for greater faith. Here, the person is still intact. He's still, in a certain sense, in control of himself. I think here is you need to be in control of how you will respond to the situation. He also lost, and so the loss somehow makes you feel, well, I didn't get what I wanted, so but I can still control how I will respond to the situation. So here is a person who is in the process of towards acceptance. He is in the journey towards acceptance, and he is listening to the message coming from the universe. His eyes are closed. When we close our eyes, we are more receptive. When our external senses are closed, our inner senses open up. And so what happens is he is more listening to the guidance coming from the universe through the help of his intuition. And he is trying to understand what is the message behind this situation. Why did things happen this way? And so he is open in order for him also to learn the lessons being said by the universe. Now, this is another energy wherein the person is a little bit more in control of how he will respond to the situation. He can always say, okay, so I didn't get it. Now, what is the reason behind it? Or what is the lesson I can learn from it? And then maybe he's also asking the universe, how can I move forward from this situation? So this other energy is an energy wherein he is able to control how he responds to the situation. The other one is he feels like he's in a situation wherein it's beyond his control. So there are two kind of energies here. You can play between these two energies depending on where you are in the situation. But the important thing here is learn to trust on the universe, allow the universe to handle situations that are beyond your control. And then the second energy is you can always respond differently to the situation. You can always take the lessons you've learned and then move on. Consider it as a lost cause, and then from that situation you get the lessons and then you move forward. So it can be that way too. So in the situation, learning to trust and also learning how to respond in a proactive way to the situation. Now let's try to see how this will further unfold. You see, we have here the Nine of Cups, a person who has controlled her emotions, and now she is celebrating. You see her jumping with all the cups. So from a moment of confusion and a moment of helplessness, these two will pass, and there will be a moment of celebration, a moment of jubilation. And yes, there is a treasure here. It's as if the person is jumping with joy, that at the end of all those trials, the person has gained a treasure. So just listen to the universe, allow the universe to help you, and sooner or later, it will lead to something that you will consider as a treasure. It can be the lesson, it can be also a renewed capacity to respond to the world, maybe a higher sense of proactivity and a certain wisdom. But whatever it is, it will lead to jubilation. So this too will pass. Now, what is the advice of the universe for you? Well, we have here the Five of Cups. There are certain things that you need to leave behind. So I think consider it as something that is already lost. And it's time for you to bury the hatchet. It's time for you also to not dwell too much on it and trust it to the universe and move on. So I feel the invitation here is to move on. In the Five of Cups, usually the classical one is you open yourself to the new gift that is being offered to you by the universe and leave behind those things that are no longer helpful to you. So if you lost certain things, it's time for you to just take the lessons and move on. The universe has something new to offer to you. Bury these things. You see, it's as if the person is living behind a ritual. It's like the person is creating a certain ritual as she leaves behind those things that are no longer helpful. Now, you see here, there's a faint veil of energy that is going down from the person towards something that is very deep. So, for me, it symbolizes the journey within. You need to really go within yourself, and maybe in a certain sense, it's not really completely throwing away what is no longer helpful, but cherishing it in the depths of your being, in your inner self, in your heart. This is already a part of you. Even if you've lost it, there is still something there that you can always treasure, something there that you can always learn from. So, in a certain sense, you bury it in the recesses of your being as part of you. In a certain sense, you see here, part of her is being left within. So, in a certain sense, it's like also you need to accept that this experience is part of you, and it molds the person that you are at this present moment. So, it is something also that even if you will leave it behind, it has been part of your life. So, you need to accept it also. And from that, you move on. Because the invitation of the Five of Cups is to move on, let go, and move on. Open yourself to the new gifts, but at the same time, recognize it as part of your life, and that it has also enriched you in one way or another. So, this is what we have for our Sunset Tarot. Let us now go to Insights at Twilight. For our Insights at Twilight, we have here the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle by Kelly T. Smith. Let's try to see what is the insight from this Oracle card deck. Awakening. You are no longer letting people dictate and run your life for you. I think it has the energy of this person there. Now, just because other people succeeded over you, or maybe you were not able to get what you were hoping for, you can always choose how you will respond to the situation. So you are no longer letting other people dictate how you will feel. So even if the situation might not have been positive, or might not have been open for you to be successful, you can always respond to it as an opportunity. You can always turn the obstacle into a stepping stone that leads you to a feeling of regained control or jubilation. Or you can always find something positive, a treasure from the loss that you might have had. So in a certain sense, this is an invitation for proactivity. The awakening reminds you that you don't have to handle the situation alone, and at the same time, you can always still respond positively to the situation, even if it seems very difficult. Now, it seems that number 5 is very important for you right now. We have the Five of Swords, and here in the awakening, there is the number 5, and then also we have here the Five of Cups. So it seems that the number 5 is very important for you. Now, somehow the number 5 is like a number of transition, because in the Five of Cups, the person is leaving behind those things that are no longer beneficial for her, and she is taking a new cup that is filled with new gifts coming from the universe. Here also in the Five of Swords, the person is leaving behind something that is like a lost cause and trying to move on from the situation, trying to move on from that helplessness, and having that faith to trust. So it's like a transition period. The word awakening is also a transition period. So you are learning how to still be proactive even when people make things difficult for you. Now it leads to number 9. And so number 9 somehow is like nearing a completion. So if you are able to cross over number 5, then you will be able to move to something that is positive right now. So be open also to number 5. You are awakening to something new. You are discovering that you don't have to handle things alone. And at the same time, you can still look at the situation in a positive way or respond to the situation in a positive way. So this is a moment of transition and a moment of growth. Well, that's it for today. I hope you were able to gain something from our tarot reading and our insights at twilight. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again soon. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.